Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IAS. In this video, we'll be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by a faculty, Sushma. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? Trump begins deportation of Indians. Look at this. Stop trading dignity for comfort. What happened that we are telling this? In this video, we will be discussing about as to why is it in news, what is the relevance of it to UPSC, there is a GS paper too. We will also be looking into your Trump's anti-immigration policies. We will see what is India's stance on these deportations in this course of the video. Look at this. Let India and Indians aim daily to build incredible strength and such that the nations would shudder before treating another Indian abroad poorly, no matter their status. What happened that people are telling this is what we will be seeing. As usual, I will tell it to you like a story, you will listen to it like a story. This guy, Trump, he is the present president of USA. He won the election with one major thing as his campaign slogan, MAGA, which means Make America Great Again. For which he told if we have to realize the dream of MAGA, that is to make America great again, we have to deal with one major issue, that is immigration. And in his word, illegal immigration. Wherein he said that anyone who is in the country, that is these people, these illegal immigrants are taking away the jobs, the dreams, the lives of Americans. So we will weed out these people. This is what he had claimed in his campaign. He won, and now as a first order of business, the first thing he's trying to do is, like he claimed, weed out the illegal immigrants, which means he is deporting people who do not have proper documents. This people, whatever we are telling, it comprises people from different nationality. Peru, Colombia, India. So what he is doing is, at any cost, I want these people deported back. I'll tell you one small instance. So what he decided was, I'm going to take all these people, drop them in the country of their origin. Now all those people would have come here with great difficulty. They would have been here trying to visualize a dream for them, trying to make a better place for their family. That doesn't matter. He has to take them and throw it in their origin places. So in his deportation drama that he is doing, one of the country that is to be affected is your India, wherein he has held that, and your military aircraft C-130 has brought about 200 Indian deportees. That is 200 Indians who were not having proper documents in US were brought into India, and it lands in Amritsar, and he has told, now they are not my headache. They are not to be in my country. It's up to you what you will do with them. Now understand one thing, he has told he has 200 people, he has picked up. The way he has picked up is he's chained their hands, chained their legs, he is making them walk towards the military aircraft. The way it is done is so inhumane. Just because these people are suffering this kind of shame, it's just because they are not Caucasians, which means they are not of a European descent. Imagine if the same way 200 Caucasians from India were to be sent back to US like that, what would the international stance be? But that is how your Trump is making. All the single countries where he is deporting people, everyone are chained and taken like prisoners. So he has brought in people, okay, in this, coming back to this example, 200 people, he has told they are undocumented people, they are of India, I will bring back to India, drop them off in my flight military aircraft, and then I'll go back. Fine. In this case, India told last month itself, see, India is not okay with this, but it is not putting up a fight also. It told, okay, if these people are all confirmed Indians, I will take back my people. In this case, fine. Now, what will happen in scenarios where people are asylum seekers? Which means they left their country, they ran from their country to look for some place safe. Now, if they are taken back to that zones, what do you think the government will do to them? Where is all these things about they speak? Human rights gone. Where is the concept of human rights? Now, let's say this happened in Colombia. Military aircraft went to Colombia to land there, leave the deported people and come back. Colombian president didn't agree for that. He didn't agree for the landing of military aircraft. Now, how did your USA react to us? Either you take back your people, otherwise I'm going to slap you with 25% tariffs. Will you take back your people or will you agree for 25 tariffs on all Colombian products? The Colombian people then sent their flights to get back the people. Why? Because Colombia, one of the major trading partners is US, and they didn't want to get into a trade war. In the fear of trade war, people are agreeing to this humiliation and shame. And everyone has voiced concern as to, okay, fine, you're deporting. Why do you have to put chains? Why do you have to treat them like dogs and drag them and throw them? It is giving back the post, your colonial mentality is coming. What is the need for you to put them through so much shame? Is what your countries are asking. Now, when I said military aircraft, traditionally, what happens is your ICE, that is your immigration and customs, they will be the one who will deport with commercial charters. But now, your Trump is so motivated to put the people, because it is heavy logistics. He is so concerned about throwing people back in their places that he is using both commercial charters as well as military aircrafts to drop the people and come off in their respective places. Now, this has also created your logistical issue. How much people can they hold? They've even converted a Guatemala Bay, where your Guatemala Bay, if you see, that is traditionally known for holding suspects of your 9/11 terrorist attacks. There he has thought that we'll put the deportees there. So this is the plight that they are giving to people just because they are not of Caucasian or American race. Now, let's say this is the story for your undocumented Indians. First, if you have created this kind of scenario in US, then how will the people who are staying even legally face the harassment from their peers? Yes or no? Look at this. Accordingly, your 2024, let's say during your Biden administration, your Joe Biden administration period of time, almost 1,000 plus members were deported. Within a week, for what they did in entire 2024 deportation, this was for deportation, okay? Let's say Indian scenario. Within 1 week, your Trump plans to bring in more than that. That is, he has tried to increase 3 times more. And according to Trump, if they have to take and remove all this deportation of undocumented people, at least per day they want to deport 2,500 people. Now, the so-called undocumented Indians, if you start thinking about, 17,940 people were paperless, whereas more than 2,000 people are having legal issues with respect to their documents. Your Joe Biden had promised a parole for these people. Whereas under Trump administration, it is held that the possibility is even they can be deported. So almost around 20,000 people is what they are considering as undocumented entities. But if you see, according to Pew Research Center, they are claiming that 7 lakh 25 Indians are made up of your or the third largest unauthorized immigrants. Imagine the scrutiny that these people will have. And your Donald Trump has given good amount of powers to your ICE, immigrations and customs, to such an extent that constantly there is raids in both workplace as well as in homes. This is so much scary for people that most of them have started avoiding public places. Fear. This is again back to the once colonial mentality. Dogs and Indians are not wanted. They put now when they are doing these kind of inhumane activity, how are they different from the colonial mentality they once practiced? Look at this. The Indian Americans are facing huge fear and threat. One with respect to undocumented immigrants we saw. Another thing is he even had the issue with your birthright citizenships. That also he ended. Any illegal immigrants having children, so that birth citizenship also gone. Your birthright citizenship is also kept on hold. This is also ended. This immigration and custom enforcement is the one that is looking into all of this, otherwise known as your ICE. All the people from different walks of their life enter in all possible ways to come in to visualize the American dream, which at present stage is difficult for Americans itself to visualize the American dream. But the so-called American dream concept is now presently in deathbed. With this anti-immigration policy, this is completely going into grave. With regard to your India and US relation, the way the US is treating India or it is deporting Indians is affecting the bilateral relations between India and USA. USA cannot ignore India as just any other country. I will treat them like any other people. No, because India and USA share a good amount of interest in defense, security, space, maritime exploration, tech, AI, energy. Even though Indian people might be significantly smaller, but their contribution to US economy is very large. When Narendra Modi spoke regarding after the to congratulate Trump after the election, he referred him as a good friend. Now we have to reassess: is he really a good friend for India and Indians? If India was to retaliate for the treatment of USA in this way, then we also can see only what benefits us. The so-called organization that is Quad, Quad Plus, Quad 2.0, etc., all those things they're telling, don't you think it will dilute your Indo-Pacific strategy against your China? Don't you think the geopolitical realignment will happen with regarding your Europe, Middle East, Asia? And this will put a dent on decades of cooperation, that is bilateral relations between your India and USA. According to APJ Abdul Kalam, strength respects strength. Indian diaspora is not something your USA can take lightly about. 72% of all H1B visas issued between your October 2022 to September 2023, all the recipients were Indians. Your companies such as Infosys, Wipro, TCS, all of them had gained these H1B visas for its employees. As of May 2024, 3,51,000 were Indian students who were enrolled in US universities in STEM fields. Your Trump, along with his aide Elon Musk, has held that yeah, we give respect to them. This H1B visa ka people are very much important to US economy. So, alongside we deporting these people, we do recognize the importance of these people and the specific skill set that they bring to the US is what they have apparently held. This deportation, is it carried on only in India? No, this is for your Guatemala, Peru, Honduras. Now, each time that they are trying to deport people, earlier they used to use, ICE used to use your commercial charters, but now Trump has used commercial charters as well as military aircraft, where per person it takes around 406 $675 per person if they have to be deported, and yet your USA is proceeding with this. Look at this. Within a week that he took charge, Trump has held that illegal migration is a national emergency. This was what your MAGA campaign was centered around. Look at this. With regard to ICE, that is to make sure he weeds out the illegal immigrants, he has given more power to ICE wherein they can take help from other federal agencies such as your FBI, Drug Enforcement Administration, Border Patrol, etc., so that based on this data they can find out who and where they are staying, your illegal immigrants. And also he has also empowered them, that is ICE, to arrest people from sensitive locations such as your schools, school premises, colleges, churches. Initially, this was kept outside their ambit. Now, Trump has given them power to even arrest people in your sensitive locations. Anyone with legal entanglement, earlier your Biden administration pay were given parole, but Trump administration pay, that is also considered your undocumented people. He has also removed your CBP One mobile application where migrants could schedule appointments at the border entry. See, I told you, he is deciding because of no place to hold the deportees. He has decided to use Guantanamo Bay for holding the deportees. Like I mentioned, it was earlier used for suspects of a 9/11 terror activities. He has also decided to use Buckley Space Force in Colorado for holding the deportees. For any countries who are not having vigilant and strict border control, he has decided that he will slap them with sanctions. That is your countries such as your Canada, Mexico, China. He has decided to slap all tariffs on them, wherein 25% tariff, 15 to 25% tariffs he will put on them if they don't close their borders, if they don't take in necessary steps. Now, one thing is with regard to your Canada and Mexico, they have made last minute deals where pause this tariffs, pause this tariffs for 30 days, within which we will take necessary border arrangement. The trade war has started between your USA and China, where USA slapped 10% tariffs on China. China has retaliated by slapping 15% tariffs on USA on its LPG products. So officially we have entered the trade war. Many countries are trying to give up the trade war or not come into face-to-face confrontation like your Colombia and USA by trying to agree to Trump's deals. India has claimed that at least do these deportations discreetly or do not do in very humiliating manner because it brings a public outlash or your political outlash in India. At the same point of time, India is trying to make sure taking back the deportees as well as maintaining smooth flow for your students, your graduates, or anyone who is going there for work, travel, business, visas. All of those should be in a smooth manner is what India is trying to do at this point of time. That's if you've reached the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button and share it along with your friends. Thank you.